Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Huggy Face Gaming here, bringing you guys episode 102 of Dragon Ball Super Review. This episode was a pretty good one, just like all the other ones so far in the Tournament of Power. This one had its unique features in it that a lot of people, including myself, did like. To start things off, this episode was mainly about obviously Universe 2 and their trio of danger that they had, kind of like the trio of danger that Universe 9, I believe, had. But these have to do with more of the power of love. For the trio, there are actually three members of this trio, which are Brienne, Sankuku, and Sue Ross. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, but these three are the main ones that we were focusing on this episode. They actually, to actually become powerful, they actually have to transform, which we saw that they were trying to transform, but then obviously Android 18 stepped in and he freaking attacked them, which is pretty funny because they were actually mad. Everybody was shocked that Android 17 attacked. Even Goku was saying, "Yo, why'd you attack them if they're powering up? I want to fight them in their actual true power." And that's when 17 was like, "All right, I'll just back off, let them transform, so we could actually fight them in their true power," which is pretty cool. I mean, obviously, when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, they usually power up before they fight. So seeing that Android 17 literally just broke that rule was pretty funny. Even Topo got involved too, saying like, "Yo, these girls are actually doing some justice poses. Please just let them transform." And that's when 17 is like, "All right, we'll just see what they could do." So these three actually do transform, and that's the one thing I didn't really like was the fact that they actually had to like show themselves twice, introduce themselves twice, because Android 17 actually interrupted them the first time. So they had to redo their whole entrance, and that was the only part of the episode I didn't like because obviously I don't like repeating factors and events within the shows. But when they transformed, it was pretty cool. Like they actually have different looks, different abilities. When Brienne transforms, she turns into Ribrianne, which is that big fluffy girl that we see Vegeta fight in the intro. Sankuku turns into Kakunsa, which is more of a like an animal beast type of opponent that fights 17 in this episode. And then we also have Sue Ross who turns into Rozie, and this girl's the one that fights Goku. Now the reason I don't like the Rozie fight was because Goku was fighting in his base form and everybody was saying that he was being pushed back, which I don't really like in Dragon Ball Super because obviously Goku isn't being pushed back because he's not going all out in the beginning. He's just in his base form. So we don't really know how strong Rozie is because obviously, like I'm mentioning, Goku is just fighting in his base form. And then when it comes to Ribrianne, she was actually fighting Vegeta in his Super Saiyan form. So if she could keep up with that, then that means she must be somewhat like the more powerful one in the group. But this whole episode kind of revolved around Kakunsa versus Android 17 because that was the one that the majority of the episode actually focused on was these two fighting. Now, this fight I have to say was literally blew my mind. Well, I mean, I didn't expect this girl to be as strong as she was, but she was actually being able to keep up. She was doing obviously more of the offensive attacks. She was the one that was attacking 17 the most, scratching him up, using the field to her advantage, like the destroyed buildings, the destroyed rocks, using those as footing so he could actually not be able to keep up with her. But in the end, 17 just literally just demolished her when he actually tried, which is something that we already knew 17 was pretty damn strong, but we didn't know he was going to be this strong. So now that we actually see how strong he is, maybe we could actually see as to what he's actually capable of in this tournament. Because he was able to, I'm pretty sure he knocked out Kunkusa, I'm not sure. He did knock out the girl that saved her because obviously 17 knocked her out first, but then the girl with wings saved Kunkusa and put her back in the field. So it was pretty cool that Android 17 actually took out that nuisance and then took out Kunkusa. But overall, this episode was pretty something new. I mean, it wasn't that good because it wasn't as action packed as I thought it was going to be. But the fight between Kukusa and 17 was pretty decent enough to say it was a good episode. I mean, either way, it was pretty much like an onslaughter because she was just demolished easily. But overall, it was a really good episode. And at the end of the episode, we actually see Ribrianne, who was mad that 17 actually eliminated two of her like allies. She was really, really mad. And I'm pretty sure they're hinting at a fight between Ribrianne and 17, which I wouldn't really mind. But I mean, as we saw, it's more towards going to be Vegeta versus Ribrianne. But if we get to see Ribrianne, my bad, I'm butchering these names really bad. If we get to see her versus 17, it's something that I would want to see. To actually see how strong Ribrianne is, because she seemed really, really mad. It seemed like her power scaling was kind of surging at that point when she was actually mad, but that's where the episode kind of cut it off. So we're not going to know how strong she really is till next episode. But overall, it was a pretty good episode. I can't wait till next week's episode because if you guys saw the preview, we're going to see Gohan fight. So let's just hope that Gohan actually does good. And in this episode, we actually saw that they were actually running out of space. So even Gohan, he broke his own rule saying that they shouldn't split up. He was the one that told the group, yo, we need to start actually fighting individually now because we don't have that much room. So it's kind of weird how Gohan made the plan to stick together, but now he's just like, all right, let's just be individual fighters and just do what we got to do to survive. So hopefully Gohan's actual method works, and hopefully we don't get to see like a lot of Universe 7 people get eliminated in these next few episodes. But overall, really good episode. I enjoyed it. I was gonna give it like a 6 out of 10 because, like I was mentioning, I didn't like that repetitiveness of the girls having to reintroduce themselves and do like the whole skit because Android 17 messed them up. I didn't really like that. But when it came to the fighting, beautiful fighting, all of the characters did their parts. 17, you're the man. You're doing good in this tournament, bro. You're doing really, really good. So yeah, guys, in the end, I give this episode like a 7.5 out of 10, maybe even an 8 if anything. But yeah, guys, what did you guys think of this episode? Do you guys think Android 17 was really, really beast in this episode? Do you guys think that we actually see how strong he really is now because of how well he actually held on against Kakunsa? And your overall thoughts? Don't forget to tell me what you guys think of this episode. And yeah, until next time, guys, I'll probably be doing a little theory video as to what Gohan's going to be doing in episode 103. So stay tuned for that. But until then, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.